We are gonna play some Bloodborne tonight. We're gonna continue with the lore run. Very exciting, very good quality stuff going on. So we're in the Chalice dungeons right now, so we're just gonna continue in the Chalice dungeons. That's all we're gonna do. What's the lore? They're Chalicey. What boss am I stuck on? What boss was it? Keeper! I remember it was Keeper. She was bullying me last time. She was bullying me really bad. Hi, Keeper. Okay. I can do this, though. We almost got her. We almost got her last time. I remember distinctly. Oh, she's doing it already? What? I did a side dodge, not a front dodge. This video game is already starting it off strong. I think I may have thought of something. Hang on, wait for this, wait for this. Okay, yeah, and then... okay. I think I may have come up with something. Fuck. No. Okay, she's different now. Hang on. Oh my god, it actually worked! Let's go! We got her to never buff her sword. Let's go! I was waiting for click click. I too was waiting for click click, but click click never came, baby. I'm scared. Wait, how many souls do I have? Is this? No. This isn't Rom, is it? This is Rom. This is Rom, isn't it? This can't be Rom. It's too early for Rom. Oh, thank God it's not Rom, but it's you. It's the Tumerian dingus. Are you the Tumerian descendant, or is that a different one? I can't remember. Tumerian... R1 personified? Yeah. Okay, that was awkward. Oh, shit. I'm gonna heal because I don't know how much damage this man's does. I'm gonna shoot him in the back. Wait, does he only have one hand? Oh, no, he has two hands. Oh, he's got two! Oh, I'm dead. How am I alive? I'm dead. Okay, so you can't get out if that hits you. Oh, right, I should talk about lore, because this is a big loreman. A big loreman at that. So Tumerian descendant is a fucking dick, is what he is. Alright, we'll try that one again. We'll try that one again. Alright. And my coffee. I'm not gonna get upset. Don't fight him super good often. Yeah, that too, actually. What do you say? I'm gonna get the lore out while also fighting him. The thing is, I don't even know what to say because I haven't been thinking about it. I'm not thinking. Merry Christmas! Okay. I have indeed tried not getting hit. It hasn't gone good. Okay, I got away this time. I got away this time. So, what the fuck? Why am I in the Chalices? I want to talk about the Tumerian descendant because he's descended from the Tumerians and he's got lots of that thick Tumerian blood. He's probably a noble and... Okay, I'm gonna talk about it this time. Two things about him. First of all, he's the Tumerian descendant. We know what the Tumerians look like. This is kind of how we know that, like, the doll / Maria seem to have Tumerian blood, based on implication. is the fact they're hella tall, kind of weird looking, real pale, and white hair. Seem to be genetic traits. Additionally, his drip, he's a noble. Probably. A, he looks vampiric as hell. B, he looks like he's wearing Canehurst drip. The red and the pattern on his cloak, or whatever it's called, his like chest outfit, his dress. I hate it. I hate that. How's my health doing? We're fine. We're fine. Basically, he looks kind of like what he looks like a vampire. Let's face it. It's what he looks like. Thing is, I have no idea what his health is at either. That's kind of fun with HUDless. It gives it this extra challenge. I don't know why I did that. I knew he wouldn't have any juice. Oh, shit! I was like really confident in that parry and I shouldn't have been. He hurts like a fucking truck! Ooh! Oh, he's dead! Let's go! Easy money. Easy. Easy, boss. Easy game. Easy game. It's not. That's Tumerian Descendant. Oh, funny story too. So, let's talk about the lore a little bit now that I can focus, because like, ugh. So, he's descended from the Tumerians, but he definitely looks a lot more Tumerian. So there seems to be this implication that the Tumerians are sort of like they're not human, but they're not human. Like they can breed with humans, but they're not fully human, because this guy looks very Tumerian, even though he's like modern day, whatever modern day is in this weird world. But then we have characters like Maria and Annalise who are tied to the nobility and look more human, like a lot more human, just with sort of unusual features. Like that we wouldn't expect, like super silver hair, very tall, stuff like that. But you can see kind of that Canehurst seems to have drawn a lot of its aesthetic directly from Pthumeru, such as these banners, the colors, the detail on the fabric, even the statues. I don't know that we see statues exactly like that. I wish I knew about these statues. We see similar ones in Yharnam, that's for sure. They might even be the same, I don't know. A little bit of it is reused assets for sure. Oh, the chandeliers straight out of Canehurst, stuff like that. Kind of cool. And then what I was gonna say, they look the blades he uses. So they are a proto version of the Blades of Mercy, which is really interesting. Breed unsettle me, because it's a really unsettling word. Oh, it really is. I just couldn't think of another word that isn't equally bad. Ugh. Ugh. And here we see the doll, who, of course, as you can see, kind of Tumerian. Super long. Her facial features just look a little off, you know? Ooh, 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 I forgot we get Henrik's garb. All right, let's read some lore on the outfits. Oh, yeah, but I just want to talk about the Blades of Mercy. I should be able to get the Blades of Mercy this run, just to read the lore. And one of the things we learn about them is that they are made from a meteorite, which is how they stick together. So it's kind of interesting that Eileen uses them, considering that the Tumerian Descendant uses them. All right, so we're going to talk about this lore. This is Jura's outfit. I think we read about the badge. Let's talk about Jura a little bit. I know we talked about him earlier, but let's see what we can get from his lore. Attire of the retired hunter Jura. It might be Jura. This worn wolf cap was his trademark. Do we ever hear someone say his name? Jura is known through his contact with the powder kegs, the heretics of the workshop. He is said to have been both uncommonly kind and dreadfully foolish. Jura felt defeated by the state of old Yharnam and renounced his hunter's vows. A lot like what Maria did, actually. I never realized the link between the two of them. Ooh, painted with ash in a ceremony to ward off blood. We know he was a hunter, and a dream hunter at that. Just like we are right now. What was I saying? Oh, okay. Jura. So, we went on about his name a little bit, just for fun, whatever. And then we know that he was associated with the Powder Kicks because he uses their weapons. And then we know that he was very sweet, uncommonly kind, and dreadfully foolish, which is why he started doing his, like, stupid task of defending Old Yarnum. Like, the beasts aren't turning back. That's the thing. They're lost. All the people who transformed are lost. And we know that, but he didn't know that. But also, I think even if he did know they were not transforming back, he still thought it was his job to protect them. It's actually really sweet what he did. But it's foolish because it's pointless. And you can never get rid of the plague of beasts by doing what he did. Additionally, I really like this line to do with his clothing. Painted with ash in a ceremony to ward off blood. So, what kind of ceremony? You know, is this the type of ceremony that's like done in a foreign land, or is it done in Yarnum? Like, what happened exactly? I don't know. And when it says ward off blood, I think what this means is that blood doesn't get stuck to it; it just falls off, like a water off a duck's back concept. So you could hunt, but I also think it might be a suggestion that he didn't like using blood, like sort of like a double meaning, because to ward off blood, to prevent the blood. I don't know. It's tough because it's a translation. Naturally, you never know what that necessarily means. I don't know. I think there's something in it, though. I kind of like it. I also have to know about what the original Japanese was, which I don't know. But either way, pretty cool. Just rolled around a pile of ash like a madman. He probably rolled around in the ashes of Old Yarnum, honestly. And the fact it's so ambiguous, like, what kind of ceremony? Is it local to Yarnum? Is it not? Kind of cool. So that's Jura. Next is Henrik. So Henrik was one of the old hunters. He is potentially the little girl in the window. He is potentially her grandfather. Just because she mentions a grandfather, and Henrik is associated with Gascoigne because he comes to his arena after he's dead. And they seem to have been friends. And it literally says he's an old hunter too. We don't know too much about him, but all that we know is pretty much from his outfit. Hunter's hat worn by Henrik, the old hunter. The taciturn old hunter Henrik was once partners with Father Gascoigne. That's how we know that they were associated. There we go. Was once partners with Father Gascoigne, and though they were a fierce and gallant duo, their partnership led to Henrik's tragically long life. Henrik's unique yellow garb is resistant to bolt and will be of great help to any hunter who has inherited the onus of the hunt. I think what the implication here is that he lived a long time, and as a result, he sort of lost his sanity, which is why we and Eileen have to take him down. And taciturn is a really good word, yeah, right? And he's resistant to bolt, which is kind of interesting because the only time we hear bolt mentioned is in relation to dark beasts and Parl and Archibald of the Healing Church. Looks like the lore is the same. Yeah, that's all we know about him. All we know. Oh wait, there's still another outfit that I didn't buy. Right, Bone Ash Mask. So this is from the Chalice dungeons, the lore of which is a little weird. A mask made of bone ash worn by the oldest keepers. The keepers who mined the slumbering great ones gained eternal life, preserved in ashen form in a ceremony of fire that cremated body and soul. The long, pointed hat is a symbol of the old keepers and is considered evidence of their companionship forged in a certain sin. So, while it does talk about slumbering great ones, this is so Bloodborne, not Bloodborne, this is so Dark Souls-y that I cannot see this whole outfit as anything but an homage or a reference or a nod to Dark Souls. I do still see it as lore, like Lori having lore, but it's sort of, it just feels like they were like, hey, let's have something Dark Souls-y in here in the Chalices because it's all optional. And it is. The main reason I think this, though, is because of the Forge in a certain sin, and then we have Scholar of the First Sin, which is, you know, Dark Souls 2, which is in reference to the sin of linking the flame in Dark Souls 1, that Gwyn did, that started, like, the whole series. And then, of course, this concept of preserved in ashen form in a ceremony of fire that cremated body and soul. Like, it's almost beating you over the head. It's like, this is a reference to Dark Souls, by the way! So, you know, I love this outfit too. It looks incredible. I love the hat. I always thought the reason that I call the keepers she, I don't know why I do. Probably because they're very small in the way they move, but also I think that they're fire keepers. I don't know. That's just how I saw them. So here we have the same thing, except now their frail armor is white and sinewy, a window into an arcane lost art. Also, in Dark Souls 2, there are enemies in the DLC. In Sunken City, Shulva. In Shulva, there are suits of armor that, like, their souls were merged into the armor so they could live forever to protect the temple. So there is also precedent for that exact concept in this game, from that game in this game. Yeah, it's still really great armor, and it still is in Bloodborne, so we can't just discount it out the gate. But it does kind of feel like, hey, why don't we put something kind of Dark Soulsy in here for fun? So, I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about those ladies, but they mine slumbering great ones. So there's obviously great ones that we do not see, and perhaps live in the Chalice dungeons, something like that. Is there anything new we can buy here? Probably some weapons, actually. Let's read about a few of them. We've read about the Kirk Hammer. Oh, right. A trick weapon typically used by Healing Church hunters. It is said that the silver sword was employed by Ludwig, the first hunter of the church. When transformed, it combines with its sheath to form a greatsword. The Healing Church workshop began with Ludwig and departed from old Gehrman's techniques to provide hunters with the means to hunt more terrifying beasts and perhaps things worse, still worse. Interesting. This is like reminding me of things that I kind of forgot about. So Gehrman was associated with Byrgenwerth. And then when the Healing Church split off from Byrgenwerth, Ludwig was like their equivalent to Gehrman, kind of like the OG hunter, whereas Gehrman was the OG hunter of the healing of Byrgenwerth. Got the rifle spear. Stake drivers. This is Jura's weapon. A trick weapon fashioned by the workshop heretics, the powder kegs, favored by the retired hunter Jura. The stake driver, with its queerly complex design, violently drives thick stakes into the flesh of foes. The stake driver allows for high damage critical attacks, but is difficult to use and leaves its wielder wide open, but none of this should bother a mere powder keg. Ludwig's rifle, a rifle typically used by Healing Church hunters. It is said that this rifle was employed by Ludwig, the first hunter of the church. Its long, heavy barrel makes up in range for what it lacks in reload speed. Ludwig's rifle exhibits several departures from the workshop's design, suggesting that the church anticipated much larger inhuman beasts. Ooh, spooky. Tomb Prospector, right. Okay, this is another one we haven't read. Attire of tomb prospectors who explore the old labyrinth on behalf of the Healing Church. The Healing Church traces its roots to Byrgenwerth and is therefore aware of the ruins' true importance. They contain much more than mere hunter trinkets. Indeed, they hide the very secrets of the old Great Ones, sought after by those with the insight to imagine greatness. Alright, that's lore. So these are basically the hunter folks who went into the Chalice dungeons. That's pretty much what they got. Hintertomb for lore. I should check if I can access the Hintertomb. That's a good call. Yeah, because the Hintertomb, it's another area, so there's more to talk about. I did get the Hintertomb Chalice, right? Yeah, okay, good. Oh, I need more blood echoes. Well, that's my fault. At least I'll be able to do it. That works for me. Wait, isn't Hintertomb first boss pig? Just pig? Kohi. I thought it was just Kohi. Isn't it? But it's just like in English. We steal word. Ah! Sorry, I hate this guy. He scares me. I just saw him coming at me. That 30 FPS. I'm dead. His name is Jim, not just Pig. Pig Jim? They're so mean. Doing Hintertomb for lore. Doing Hintertomb for content. Sorry, Thayrat. Who woke me up? Yeah. Katakana loanwords are actually really hard to learn science because you just want to say the word like English. Giving people science won't even understand what you mean unless say it in a Japanese way. Can confirm, even when I tried speaking Japanese, like I know a handful of words, even when I try to use those handful of words to a Japanese person, they wouldn't understand because my accent's so shit. You can tell the game is 30 FPS because that enemy uses all of them. Yeah. Actually, though. Yeah, in English, we just steal words from different languages, like samurai, sushi, like those are just Japanese words that we're like, what do you call that? Samurai? Lit. My word now. Where is he? I know he's here. Oh my god, look at him just walking! Does he learn English using their own alphabet? True, but also just literally the pronunciation. Like, Omo wa Shindaru. You know, it just sounds bonkers. Same thing in Polish. If you try to speak Polish without actually trying to speak Polish, you will sound like a weirdo. You gotta at least try. Omo wa Shindaru. Everyone's using a ton of English loanwords, even for stuff there's only a Japanese word. Oh no, that's very common. Same thing with Polish. A lot of it, just English is like popular, dude. It's cool. Polsiem sklepu. Oh god. Yeah. Learn Italian instead. They swear the same way we do. That's all that matters. Relatable. Oh, I found the way. Polskiem sklepu. I like that. But it's like, even when I switch to Polish, my phonetics change, and when I try to have an English word in the middle of my sentence, I say it a little differently. It's just like you start getting into the phonetics. I don't know how else to say it. Oh, there's my souls. Where... Oh, wait, what? Weren't they... Hang on. I'm seeing things. That's fine. That's fine. I don't need my souls. Who needs souls? English loanwords work better with Polish phonetics, though? I mean, potentially, but Polish... You! There are my souls! They're playing hide and seek! It's funny. Half that pool. Yeah. Are you selling your soul? No. I need it. It's also already been loaned. You still kind of change the phonetics a little bit, Oh, another fun one is that some words, they just translate directly into Polish instead of having a different word. And I think a lot of languages do this, but like, you know, a mouse, like a keyboard mouse, not a keyboard mouse, like a computer mouse, they call it a mysz in Polish, because mysz is the Polish word for mouse, like the animal. So just like in English, it's both the animal and the computer thing. In Polish, it's also the animal and the computer thing. Cool sounds both Ukrainian and English doesn't have. I wouldn't know about Ukrainian, but that's good to know. Polish also has, it's not as hardcore as Cyrillic, obviously, but it does have its own alphabet. Like, it does have a few letters that are different. I think there's like 6 or 7 additional letters. And half of them are just different versions of the letter Z. Oh shit, there's also O with a dot on it. Ooh. Oh, you wanna know what's fun about Polish too? And I don't know the difference, because I'm shit at Polish, slightly. I wish I wasn't, but I am. There's U, spelled with a U, and then there's U, which is an O with a dot on it. And they're different, probably. How are they different? I don't know. But they are. Different. Not as hard as Cyrillic, laughs and cries in kanji. So kanji adds a lot of difficulty to Japanese, obviously. But Polish is still so fucking complicated, even without the altered alphabet. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah. Danny the Pyromancer. Oh, in German too. Yeah. Sweet. The umlaut. But see, that's the umlaut. In Polish, it's just one dot. Hi, lady. You're terrifying. So one of their dots? We just got one dot. Yeah, only one dot. I don't know where it comes from. Oh no, another one. Ah! That was beautiful hitbox. Beautiful hitbox. I love it. Subtitles, even if you can't... Wait, if you learn the kanji, then you can watch stuff with Japanese subtitles on. Sometimes you understand the subtitles even if you can't parse the spoken language. So you mean like you can read it, but you can't understand it? Oh yeah, that's so normal. I'm better at reading French than I am hearing it spoken aloud. And I can't... I have difficulty understanding written Polish. I need to hear it out loud. It's just like different parts of the brain, kind of. It's like the Wernicke's area or whatever, the language acquisition, or is that... I was talking about like languages and understanding a little while ago with somebody and I can't remember. See, Polish does have a lot of consonants, but here's the main thing though. It isn't just consonants. It's the fact that we just have words together. But they almost count as one letter in all these languages. Oh, no, I don't know them. I know decent Polish. I learned a bit of French, and I just like learned a little bit in osmosis living in Canada, but like I cannot speak it and can't understand it, and I can't even write it. I just know like disjointed words, so I can tell you what a potato is, but I cannot make a sentence at all. Like none. Do I have souls? I should spend my souls, because this boss is probably gonna be... If this is Pig Jim, I'm gonna be very happy. I can get 2 levels. Bloodborne's meta is 120, yeah. I'm probably gonna do 50 arc. It is Pig Jim! Oh my god! Oh my god. I just got exposed by the pig, dude. I don't think I've ever fucking died to the fucking pig, dude. Also, what the fuck is up with Hintertomb? Rap just got bacon as I walked in. You're the bacon now, bitch. That's basically what he just said to me. I blame the jump dodge, by the way. Not my own fault. Not my fault, alright? I don't want to talk about it. Here comes the pain train. Okay, no running. Look at that, see? Oh, shit! He can kick? Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm actually scared. Don't expose me! Eh! Oh my god! Am I dead? Help me! I'm scared! I'm sitting too low for this wider to be visible. Allow me to not get exposed by this pig real quick. Just real quick. Ban the pig for killing streamer. I know, right? How dare you? Oh my god, he reverse uno'd me. Are you okay, pig? What's going on? Did they give him special moves because he's a boss or what? This is insane. Wrong inspired some monsters in this game? There's no raccoon in this game, okay? The pig heard that I'm not eating pork. It's like, and then he was like, how about you eat this meat? Oh no. Yeah, first try! It does have special pig boss moves. I knew it. And I might be like, hey, Raph, tell us the lore of the Hintertomb. Dude, I don't even know what a hinter is. I can't even give you a hint or anything. No, but in all seriousness, I don't know why it's called Hintertomb. I don't know what's up with it. It's just another Chalice, dude. Probably a cool one or something. I was saying something not Mimi and I forgot now. Either way, it's just like a tomb. Because it's a tomb, right? Injury was Borderland? Oh, for real? Okay, that explains it. So it was just like the Borderland tomb. The edge of the tomb. Cool. Alright. It's almost a back country. So hinterlands. So it's like the back tomb. I'm running around in circles. Tomb of the Hinter, probably for too many hints. Oh, it's just a translation. What they really meant to say was Tomb of the Backseater, because I put them in their fucking grave. Say no more. Say no more. I understand it completely. So the lore is that someone came to a stream at twitch.tv/Raffarino, and they backseated me, and they told me what to do, and they spoiled shit for me. And I got so angry that I unhinged my jaw and swallowed them whole, and then put them in their grave. just hashtag girly things, and I'll talk about. Am I right, ladies? When he backseats you and it's just a picture of Raph Knife. Oh, look at this pretty bridge. It's so pretty and bridgy. Oh, look, it's got the sun in it. It was great. Good times. Saw Spear new meta. You know what? Yes. Oh my god, mother of Jesus. Christmas. Oh, are you okay? What's going on? That's my forehead. Not really. Saw Spear is like one of the strongest weapons in the game. I'm just trying to do an arcane run. Oh shit, get exposed, niggas. You know, this guy's actually kind of cool. Uh-oh, I'm gonna die. Gary, do not say that. Do not say that. I will cry if Bluepoint makes Bloodborne 2 or Bloodborne remake or anything to do with Bloodborne. I don't even want to hear it. Also, it's just a rumor right now. Just a rumor. Thank God it's just a rumor. Everything's a rumor. Oh, anxiety. What if Bluepoint makes Bloodborne? You know? Dude, I jokingly hyperventilated and actually made myself dizzy. Don't hyperventilate. It's bad for you. Yeah, my uncle works at Nintendo, said it's true. Exactly. So I heard about it from my uncle who works at Nintendo, and then I put it on Twitter, and then if you want a source for my information, I'm just gonna link you to my tweet. How's that? What do you think? Where are my souls, bitch? Nothing confirmed? No, I know, but I'm just scared, Gary, because that would make me cry if they did that. Uh oh. Rip your legs, dude. Oh, there are my souls. Oh, I forgot that's an explosion. Fucking rude. Cost Parasite with arcane builds? Can't wait to get there. Are you okay? Pretty good with the DS1 remake? They didn't do DS1 remake. They did Demon Souls remake? Sorry, yeah, remaster. They didn't though. Yeah, they didn't do the remaster. Yeah, no. They only did Demon Souls remake, and it was really good, but also like really different. So go for Chalice Dungeon Dive. Honestly, lore, I have been not talking about any lore though, but you know, maybe one day. This should be Madman Waller. I'm not wrong if I'm right, which is also not wrong. Good, bad movies to watch, if you know what I mean. I mean, they're superhero movies, basically. They're superhero vampire oh, this isn't Madman Waller. What the heck? You're not wrong if you're right. Exactly. Put that on my tombstone. Wait, this is goo! Why'd they put goo in this boss fight? What kind of shenanigans? Blaze a comic book. Yeah, but like the movie. The movie is like superhero shit, right? Kind of. So, like, they're remaking Blade, and if I'm not mistaken, yo, also Morbius looks fucking juicy as hell. I saw that. I didn't know about any of it, and I saw the advert at the movie theater, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm gonna scream. Also, who's the actor? Is that Jared Leto? Fuck, I wasn't paying attention. First superhero movie. I don't know if it was the first. It might have been. I don't know the eras. It is Jared Leto. Dude, what's Morbius? He's like a vampire man. More anti-hero. But it is a superhero. Let's be honest. I know. It's not super anti-hero, just superhero. It's just also he's an anti-hero. Yeah, I feel what you're saying. Is it Morbius? Mobius or Morbius? I thought it was Morbius. Apparently Jared Leto is hard to work with too. Yeah, I don't know. I just like saw the advertisement. It looked really, really sick. I almost lost my mind when I saw like another actor in the trailer. It's a trailer, so I shouldn't be worried about spoilers, but I was like, I literally was like in a theater. So dramatic. Where's Joker? Sorry. I mean, to be fair to him, he didn't really get... I don't know how much he had to do with his look in that movie, if you know what I'm saying. But if he didn't have anything to do with it, then it's quite possible that he just did the best that he could with what he was given. Also, asking DC for consistency is not great. Unless you want them to name their movies the same thing, then they will. You know what I'm saying? Like The Suicide Squad versus Suicide Squad. Different movies, by the way. That was close. Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. Dude, Harley Quinn's the only good part of that movie, though. Fucking love Harley. Was Plato exactly how he intended? Didn't he have a tattoo saying damaged on his forehead? I gotta tell you, I didn't hate that Joker rendition. I thought it was leaning a little too hard toward edgelord, and I would have preferred a little bit less of the things that they did, and I would have preferred a lot less of some of the other things that they did. I thought it wasn't too bad. I don't know. I just wish it was different, I guess. Also, yeah, Eponymous, this is a really, really, really good arena. Like, really good. For, Bloodstarved. It's actually kind of perfect. These are like tombs, too. Little thingies. Any tips on poison builds in this game? God, I have no idea. Oh, wait. Okay, so this guy... Oh, he claps for me. Look at this one. I love him. So this guy versus the one that's clapping over here. And like reaching toward me, kind of being weird. Those two show up with the Saw Hunter badge. And the Electro badge, whatever it's called. I forgot the name. Oh, damn. Okay. I didn't realize it. Ah, but look, see, you need ritual blood. So I'm gonna run out of ritual blood. I still need more ritual blood. Sucks. But we can do lower Tumeriu. Back to Lorethrough. So we've completed. We've gotten the whole adage. Also, fun little note. That cutscene with Willem. That's like the first, maybe the only time that we kind of hear the name of the game in a way, because it says men are, or we are born of the blood, made men of the blood, but like born of the blood, Bloodborne, you know. Kind of works out. Oh, this is, I should have gone to the Grand Cathedral. Oops. Wait, did we get the tonsil stone? Oh, wait, there's it. Oh, I didn't get the tonsil stone. Oh, we're supposed to get the tonsil stone later. Never mind, we're good. We're good. Everything is under control. I want to do the woods so we can get more twin bloodstone shards, and I can get the Tawny-Triss upgraded so I can kind of use a vaguely arcane-ish weapon. Hey, Gadrias! Really dead as any window. You have to actually enter the woods, as it turns out. We learned that together. Once you enter the woods, any window, but before you enter the woods. Oh, the windows are the same. So you can get the dialogue from all of them as normal. You don't come in here, do you? You're not supposed to. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Flame Spear and Fire Saw both good early game arc weapons. Yeah, but I don't want to just use the spear. Like, I love the spear, but it's just turning into a regular run. Alright, so Alfred's here. So we're gonna get a little bit... What's that sound? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is it over there? See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, that looks really sketch. But I don't think it looks like that on PS4. It might. I don't remember. Okay, the growly boy just scared me. Hi, Alfred. Let's get. Can you give me some lore about the Vilebloods?
Good to see you safe. Now, let's think up something to discuss. Just tell me what piques your interest.
About the corrupted Vilebloods.
Ah, there's something I want to tell you. A bit of wisdom from the eminent master Logarius. Once, a scholar betrayed his fellows at Bergenworth and brought forbidden blood back with him to Canehurst Castle. It was there that the first of the inhuman Vilebloods was born. The Vilebloods are fiendish creatures who threaten the purity of the Church's blood healing. The ruler of the Vilebloods is still alive today. And so, to honor my master's wishes, I search for the path to Canehurst Castle.
He sounds super bitter. No oodles here. No oodles.
Farewell. It has been a pleasure. May the good blood guide your way.
I don't know, dude. He freaks me out. Because, first of all, we start to hear his shell cracking a little bit with that. With that dialogue. What the hell is that? Is that a tentacle? That's so creepy. I've never seen that. Never noticed it. That right there. So, is that Canehurst over there? Way straight over there, because the oh my god, the Hemlock Charnel Lane is like over there, straight across. So that would be Canehurst. So that's why he's here. He's like out looking at Canehurst. He's looking for the path there. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. I never noticed that. I didn't know that you can actually see Canehurst on the map. My environmental surroundings are not great. Like awareness of like things. Like, oh, all I see here is windmill. I'm like, oh, windmill, and I never look past it. Let's see, Yarden from Canehurst too. Gotta look at that next time. And then for Canehurst, Samehurst. That's how we should talk to him. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to get the lore out. So Alfred, he doesn't tell us why the Vilebloods are so bad. He just tells us that they are. And that's a really interesting detail that I think sort of shows us really early on that he doesn't know what he's talking about. He just says they are corrupted, vile creatures and fiendish creatures. He doesn't say why. The only thing that we know is that they took the blood from Bergenworth, and so did the Healing Church. The Healing Church's blood came directly from Bergenworth. I don't really know if Lawrence was honest about that or if he pretended to have found it himself directly as some sort of messiah figure. I can't actually remember if we know that for sure. I'm a little fuzzy on that. But the point is that the blood of the Healing Church and the blood of the Vilebloods comes from effectively the same source. But he doesn't tell us that. He just knows, like, basically, yeah, it's basically propaganda. Exactly. He's a victim of the church's propaganda. It's exactly what it is. He's super propagandized. He doesn't question it. He just has his mission. Also interesting that he calls him Master Logarius. Not a huge deal, because Logarius is the leader of the executioners, but kind of cool that he calls him Master, but the boss's name is Martyr. So he's like the only executioner left. Been elsewhere in the raid. Yeah, it could have been elsewhere. It could have been before his time, but for some reason he's the only one left, for sure. And he wants to follow in the executioner's footsteps in a way. It's really been a bit since they stormed Canehurst, for sure. Everything to do with Canehurst is a little bit old. From a previous time. Although we don't... It is possible that he's like lying about being an executioner. I don't think so though. I think that he might just be the only living executioner left. Because there are other executioners, I'm sure. It's just either all dead or they gave up their duty or they turned into beasts or whatever. Something happened to them. But his will is so strong. He's wrong. He doesn't know what he's doing. But his will is so strong that he is the only one who sort of has kept his sanity in some way, shape, or form. Love the doorman? I love this so much. One of my favorite moments.
The password.
I love this voice work. Already dead. I love that so much. I think he's the one who opens the door somehow. I think it's the same as Canehurst, because once we get into the woods is really where the game starts to take a turn. This is the moment of playing Bloodborne for the first time where you'll start to realize things aren't quite what they seem, I think. It's, if you're not paying attention to anything else, if you're not reading, if you don't get a lot of insight, you don't see Amygdala, anything. This is like when things start to turn. This is when they intend for you to start discovering the sort of hidden Lovecraftian Eldritch truth as they speak. The woods have the aliens, like you said. Also, we have snake enemies, and it's like we've been fighting beasts and werewolves. All of a sudden, snakes, poison. I don't know. Like things start to get a little bonkers here, and this is the moment I think where you're supposed to be like, what? Already dead? How did he open the door then? And it's very similar to what happens in Canehurst, which we get the summons to Canehurst kind of in the woods, not literally in the woods, obviously, but you know, around the area of the woods. So as from a gameplay standpoint, the woods is kind of like a turning point. It's when the sort of truth gets a little unveiled. And then of course Byrgenwerth is in the woods, and through Byrgenwerth we find the truth. We dispel the like Rom's spell or whatever you want to call it. Some of that password line, albeit more of the same. What do you mean? Good point, Logty. That is possible. However, the way I always read it is that the reason there's only one executioner left is because they all died on the assault on the castle. So it is possible that he's lying and he's sketchy. But we never learn that. I think if you let the password guy keep talking, he'll repeat it a few times. Repeat. Oh, he'll repeat password. Oh, dang, I should have let him keep talking. Much less emphasis on types of blood. Gotten blood from a different great one. That is potential, but I honestly think, like, my headcanon, and I think this is supported by the lore, is... Wait, what? That hand was moving, it scared me. Is that the source of blood is exactly the same. It's all church propaganda. The church is presented as a benign organization by everyone, but you start to see the truth. The church is lying to everybody. So they say they're just trying to hold on to their own power, and if there's another source of blood healing, they risk losing their hold on civilization. They want to maintain their power over anything. So they lie and say, oh, the Vilebloods, they have filthy blood, we need to get rid of them. So that's the one reason that I think it's, even if that is the case, I prefer the point of view that's based in the fact that the church, the blood is exactly the same with the same origin. It's just they don't want to risk losing their power. I find that to be a better story. So, Vilebloods had Yharnam's blood and also got Church Ebritus's blood. Yeah, I thought they had Yharnam's blood via actual, like, being descended, descended from the Tumerians. So they have Yharnam's blood in their own blood naturally, although it's very diluted. And then they also have the church blood, but that's also one of those open to interpretation things, so. Just the impurity which differs. Right. That, like, impurity thing. I don't really get too much into that. I should, though. It is a really good point. 60% less death? We've actually already had 60% less NPC deaths so far. But, you know, I've only just started in the grand scheme of things. Also, hey, Daisy. So this is a little less about the lore and more about like the storytelling of the game itself. But the woods takes on a very important role. The woods are spooky. You've spent the entire game in civilization. Even if you've gone to Hemwick. Hemwick is still, it's a town. It's a little bit rustic. It's a little bit in the middle of nowhere, but there's still people. It's still a civilization. There's still buildings in it. And it does have a societal structure, even if the structure is based on death. Similarly, Yahar'gul is still in the middle of the city. But now all of a sudden, the only buildings here are ramshackle, the town is haphazard, and most of this area is literally just pure forest. And then as we pass through this sort of strange, creepy, liminal realm, completely different from what we've been through for the rest of the game, we end up at Byrgenwerth, which is lauded as this, you know, hyper-intelligent realm of learning and where the origin of everything. And it's just kind of an empty school building with one story. I think they wanted to add more to Byrgenwerth, but still, like, the way it structures in the story now is, it's kind of not that big a deal in terms of how it appears. It seems like it should be bigger. That's because most of it's already in the Nightmare. But then, of course, Byrgenwerth is when we encounter Rom, and the story really starts to take a massive turn. I love it. I love it so much. I love how they've constructed this game, even from, like, a meta level. Like, the bits and pieces of the jigsaw puzzle were already there. Shit. I don't normally go this way, so... Actually, I think it'd be better if we go a different way, so let me try this. Unless no one knew about the cosmic horror part, there was no mention in the promo material. It was intentional. Yeah, that's what I love so much about this. However, this is the first item that reveals it. Making contact with Eldritch wisdom is a blessing, for even if it drives one mad, it allows one to serve a grander purpose for posterity. And you can pick this one up all the way in the sewers right after meeting the old lady, really early in the game. So there's always hints. That's what gave it away to me the first time when I was playing this game. I'm like, is this really just about werewolves? Eldritch. So that's what I love so much, is that it makes perfect sense. It doesn't feel... I don't know, it's not the right term. Like Deus Ex Machina. It doesn't feel like it comes out of nowhere. It makes sense. It's always there. Okay, I want to go through this area this way, because I feel like this is the sort of intended way. Because, yeah, you can go up there, but it doesn't look like a path. If you were to play this game for the first time, you'd most likely take this path, and you're going to go through here and be like, oh, red, shiny. Okay, what's over here? This seems important. Oh, spooky. Let's keep going. Oh, more red. Oh, lights, lanterns. What's over here? Oh, shit. And that's what happened the first time I played this game. It's scary. And then you're in the middle of nowhere. You can't go back. You keep going and you see some enemies and you're like, okay, all right, well, you know, I can take you guys. I can take you guys. Oh, shit. I love it. I love it so much. It's so well done. What are trees? You know, trees are actually kind of normal in this game relatively. Although they are probably fed with Eldritch blood. I can't understand them. There's too much other noise. Too bad.
Away! Away!
Why are they called winter lanterns? Winter lantern is a type of flower in Japan that blooms in the winter. And they're associated with death. That's about as good as I got there. Protagonist might know more. Yeah, this is the closest to civilization we get in the woods, and we pass through it pretty quickly. It's this really demented town. With a literal, like, hole in the center. Oh my god, that scared me! Oh, thank you for the sheep scream, Raptman. Yeah, they are actual flowers. Mm-hmm. And this area is such a trap. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. That hurts. Winter Demon Lantern. They also make dolls from it. Ah, yeah. Uzuki, which is a Chinese-Japanese winter lantern. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna go up here, though. I'm gonna go my normal way now. I just really want to show this town. There's not really too much important in it. It's, like, super easily skippable in every way, and this is definitely the better way to go. But still. Alright. This is Patches. This window has been replaced by Patches, and Patches will talk to us and give us a tonsil stone, tell us to go to where he wants us to go until we go there, and then when we go there, the usual denizen of this location will be found. So what we're going to do is we are going to do what he wants. We're going to grab this, take the exit to Fosefka's clinic, and then go through this area again so we can get this lore. Actually, maybe we don't want to... Yeah, we'll do that. Because I want to hear the dialogue this window has ordinarily.
Oh, a hunter of beasts, are you? Glory be. You know not the value you possess. But more's the pity. The hours of the night are many, and the beasts more than I can count. A veritable hunt unending.
Ooh.
Not even death offers solace. And the blood imbibes you.
The blood imbibes you. What a
most
great
frightful
line.
fate. Oh my. But I'm willing to do you a kindness. Step lightly round to the right of the great cathedral and seek an ancient, shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength.
And then he gives us a tonsil stone shaped exactly like Amygdala's head. So when he says Godhead, he means it pretty literally. Death and sleep are also closely related concepts. Lanterns are sort of guides. Maybe the frenzy they cause sort of guiding beacon to the nightmare. Could very well be. It's just the fact that their name, like the lantern part, it could be. They do also glow, literally, when they frenzy you. So you know what? That actually has validity to it. The main thing is just the fact that the flower is called a winter lantern makes me think it's just a direct translation, but could be both, I guess. It could be like one of those double meaning names, right? Winter lanterns are also used during Obon in some regions where they send lanterns to guide their ancestors to the other world. Ah, interesting. So that fits with that idea. I like it.
Not even death offers solace.
We've seen this.
The gift of...
Okay, and then we read this. A lattice deformed rock, or perhaps a meteorite, appears useless but possesses some odd gravitational force that prevents its riddance. A dubious soul once said, and then it tells you exactly what he says. So in usual Patches fashion, he tells us the truth, but only to a certain point. He tells us where to go because he wants us to be an offering to his god, Amygdala. Also, Patches' game is really interesting. He is a scholar. He's 1000% a scholar. Actually, real quick, I want to clear this area before we go up here so we can just run through next time. So he's a scholar because he's a spider, and he ends up in the nightmare the same as a lot of the other scholar folk that turned into spiders. But see, he seems to keep his sanity. And he's also a cleric, or the equivalent to a cleric, because he worships a god. So it's really cool to see how different he is in this game. Although I have this like sub-theory about Patches about how he used to be a cleric. And that's why he hates clerics so much. So the fact that he's kind of like cleric-y in this game fits that. But anyway, it's the point is. He's telling us the truth. He tells us the death offers no solace, the blood imbibes thee, like this concept of as we consume blood, we are consumed by the blood. It's a really great line that sort of captures the whole essence of this game. And at this point, as we enter the woods, we will be learning that shit is not very good here. We see a vicar transform into a beast before our eyes. We learn that shit is fucked up. And then he's like, hey, by the way, I can offer you some solace. And he's obviously very dubious. But the part about everything being fucked up is true. He's right about it being true. And here we get the white church drip, which we are going to read. Attire of special church doctors. These doctors are superiors to the black preventatives hunters and specialists in experimentally backed blood administration and the scourge of the beast. They believe that medicine is not a means of treatment, but rather a method for research, and that some knowledge can only be obtained by exposing oneself to sickness. Kinda scary. Patches is right-hand cleric. Saint Urbane, bigot. Petrus, scumbag. Lycia, fraud. What about the healing church? It's true, but the thing is, in this game, he may not be a healing church cleric, but he worships a demented god. So he's kind of... he's kind of cleric-y. The blue elixirs I always forget to get on my deathless run. We're gonna get this. East Roar. And then we're gonna go through here. One of the forbidden hunter tools made by Irreverent Izzy. Borrow the strength of the terrible undead dark beasts, if only for a moment, to blast surrounding foes with a roar, or with the force of a roaring beast. The indescribable sound is broadcast with the caster's own vocal cords, which begs the question, what terrible things lurk deep within the frames of men? I love that line. Ah, it's such a good line. Oh, free souls.